"This is not good. Take it away and do it again." Krishna interrupted the process of decoration again and again. Her heart filled with love for her son, Yashoda left the kitchen again and again. Seeing what had happened, she spoke the following words as if she were angry. Mother Yashoda said, "O Gopi girls, because of your fickleness and childishness, his bathing and decoration is still not finished." Sri Sarup said, understanding the playful hearts of the gopis, whose eyes were then fixed on their beloved, an elderly lady said, "O daughter Yashoda, please happily see how these girls have brought handsomeness to your dark son." Hearing these words of her nurse Mukhara, she again left the kitchen. Understanding the joke her nurse had said, she spoke as if she were angry. Sri Yasoda said, "All handsomeness, offering arti to his lotus feet. My handsome dark boy dances again and again on the head of the entire world. The beauty of all these girls together is not worthy to offer artik to the handsomeness in the tip of just one of his toenails." Sri Sarup said, "How can his handsomeness, glory and sweetness be described? It cannot be compared to anything in this world, nor anything beyond it, nor even the king of Dwaraka." Sri Sanatana Goswami explains that handsomeness here means the handsomeness of his body. Glory means the glory of his dark complexion, and sweetness means the sweetness of his smile and other features. That his handsomeness cannot be compared to anything in the material world means his eyes and other parts of his body cannot be compared to lotus flowers or other things, and also that his handsomeness cannot be compared to that of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu present in the material world. It cannot even be compared to that of the king of Vaikuntha, the king of Ayodhya, or the king of Dwaraka. As Krishna is the crest of heroes, so Radha is the greatest heroine. As Radha is the greatest heroine, so Krishna is the crest of heroes. Sri Sanatana Goswami explains that Radha, being like Krishna, cannot be compared to anyone else. They are both like each other and unlike all others. Completing the bathing and seeing that the Gopa king had come to Balaram, all the girls hid, and Krishna at once came before him. With the two boys at his side, Nanda sat down on a golden throne in the dining room and began to eat. Yashoda's son was at his left, and Rohini's son was at his right. At their insistence, I faced them. The king of enjoyers then ate a meal that had all good qualities, that had 4 kinds of food that Sri Rohini brought from the kitchen in splendid, jeweled, golden and silver pots that made his mother lovingly serve him. Sanatana Goswami explains that the king of enjoyers is of course Krishna. His great golden plate filled with many cups of different kinds of food. He ate a great deal. Sometimes his mother, father or brother would carefully place some food in his mouth, and he would playfully and graciously accept it. As he ate, he drank excellent nectar from a golden cup, and excellent water from another golden cup. In the beginning he ate many sweet warm milk mixed with sugar and ghee, jalebis, buas, pinika sweets, chapatis, and many other delicious foods cooked in ghee, and many sweets made of milk and yogurt in the middle. He also ate many exquisite sweet cakes, fragrant soft foods, pataka cakes, chalpada cakes, soup, spinach, other vegetables, many milk preparations, of the sweet and bitter kinds, and many other spicy, bitter, and salty foods at the end. He also ate curds with sugar, many kinds of curd and yogurt preparations, and buttermilk with hing. And he also fed me all of these different foods. Glorious with the dancing of his lotus eyes, the archer's bow eyebrows, the waves of pastimes of his lotus face, his cheeks, charming tongue, red lips, and chewing teeth cannot be approached by words or the mind. From their own homes, the gopis brought many sweets cooked with milk, butter, and sugar, and placed them before Mother Yashoda. With wonderful playfulness he ate them again and again, praising all of them, delighting all of the gopis, and with his own hand feeding some of them. When Sri Radhika brought a Manohara Ladu filled with sugar and placed it at Krishna's left, picking it up with the tips of his forefingers and thumb, then lightly placing it on the tip of his tongue, he suddenly curled up his mouth in an expression of distaste. His brother smiled. His mother became angry at Radha. His father was surprised. Radha's bewildered friends felt sick, and her enemies rejoiced. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Krishna's brother Balaram appreciated the joke, and so he smiled. Radha's enemies are her rivals. Then he threw the laddu onto the plate of mine, who was born in Radha's brother's family. When I ate that sublimely delicious sweet, I became filled with wonder. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Gopa Kumar was related to Radha's brother, Sri Dama. The sweet was not actually bitter, but Krishna thought it appropriate that one of Radha's relatives eat it. It was actually the best of all foods, and out of love, Krishna gave it to Gopa Kumar. Why did Gopa Kumar become filled with wonder? Because that sweet was the most delicious. When, with moving eyebrows, Radha secretly glanced at him, Krishna pleased her with a gentle smile and a sidelong glance. Then I understood this pastime, by which he who is the crest jewel of the intelligent delights they who are overcome with love for him. Then, putting some betel nuts in his mouth, playfully chewing them and glancing at Radhika, he timidly placed the betel nut in my mouth. Then, reciting mantras for good digestion, his affectionate mother again and again stroked his stomach with her left palm. Then, as Nanda was in the cow barn, and as intelligent Balaram slept, Krishna, singing songs, wandered in the courtyard of Vraja. After enjoying for a moment pastimes with the beautiful girls of Vraja, out of respect for his mother's call, he went to his bedroom nearby and lay down on his soft, beautiful bed, as soft as foam. On that splendid, golden, priceless, bejeweled bed were many soft pillows like spotless full moons. In the lion's part of the palace, in a beautiful bejeweled room, fragrant with aguru, incense, the bed, decorated with a canopy of pearls, was very beautiful. Haribol. Krishna. The spiritual world of Krishna is a reality. It is the material world that is not an absolute reality. Materialistic persons think that this world is substantial, that it is real, that it is eternal. But the fact is that it is a very temporary and constantly changing reality. Materialistic people think the spiritual dimension is a fantasy, They do not understand that their so-called reality is practically a fantasy. Due to the influence of Maya Devi, people conceive of this world as being solid, as substantial, as real. Their lives as being enduring. The connection they have with a country, a state, a town, a family, as being their history, their ancestors they are connected to historically, and that will go on into the future. The reality is the material world is practically non-existent, in that it is not eternal spiritual energy. It is an energy of the Lord, but it is the material energy. If we look at the material world down on an atomic level, it is simply made of minute atomic particles, all of them the same. The electrons, the protons, the neutrons that make up shit are the same electrons, protons, and neutrons that make up chocolate. We see it as different due to the influence of Maya. We feel the body is real, the connections with his families are real. We cannot see that we have in this lifetime bumped into a bunch of people like twigs floating on a river. And as it goes around a bend, there's a grass or a branch, then all the twigs catch there and they're bouncing around for a while, and after a while waves will come and they'll be broken apart, never to meet again. This is the so-called reality. The world of Krishna that we read about is considered fantasy. That is the reality. Under the influence of Maya Devi, we are considering so many things to be real, to be permanent, to be me, to be connected with me. This is a great misfortune, especially for the arrogant. The arrogant cannot appreciate Krishna. They cannot appreciate the wonder of Krishna's world. So very soon we will be celebrating that most holy and auspicious day. We heard in these descriptions how Krishna is more wonderful than even Krishna who resided in Dwarka and Mathura. More wonderful than Lord Rama, more wonderful than Lord Narayana, more wonderful than Lord Vishnu. Due to the mercy of our spiritual master, our spiritual masters, to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, we have this opportunity to give up that which is really a fantasy, a fleeting temporary reality, and return to our original home, and to again take up our relationship, our eternal loving relationship, even while residing in this body with Krishna, through this wonderful gift of the transcendently powerful name of Krishna, which is not just a name of Krishna, it is Krishna. Krishna makes himself available to us. It is by his presence that we become purified, by his presence that we become inspired, by his presence our natural tendency to love him and serve him eternally is awakened. So we should try and become very much immersed in this reality, remind ourselves, constantly chant the holy name, especially during these holy days when Lord Balaram, Lord Krishna, soon Srimati Radharani, all appeared out of their great mercy on this very planet where we find ourselves at this time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.